Welcome to Week in Minutes. Have a nice day. Today is Monday, 18th of August 2025. I'm starting the newspaper analysis with the world news, including Terence Stamp, British actor who portrayed General Zod in early Superman film, dies at 87. United States fisherman spots a car in river leads to break in missing persons, a court case from 1967. European leader Zelensky hold Washington talks on Ukraine. Air Canada Union says flight attendants will continue strike and defy government. United States may not be able to create a scenario to end war in Ukraine, Rubio says. Trump hints at big progress on Russia as envoy outlines a Ukraine security offer. From the Hindu newspaper says that United States envoy says Putin agreed to security protections for Ukraine as part of Trump summit. Volodymyr Zelensky thanked the United States for recent signals that Washington is willing to support security guarantees for Ukraine, but said the details remain unclear. US President Donald Trump's special envoy to Russia, Steve Witkoff, Special United States envoy Steve Witkoff said Sunday, August 17, 2025, that Russian leader Vladimir Putin agreed at his summit with the President Donald Trump to allow the United States and European allies offer Ukraine a security guarantee resembling NATO's collective defense mandate as part of an eventual deal to end the 3.5-year war. We were able to win the following concession that the United States could offer Article 5 like protection, which is one of the real reasons why Ukraine wants to be NATO. He said in CNN's State of the Union. Mr. Witkoff said it was the first time he had heard Putin agree to that. Syrian president says a unifying country should not be with blood. We still have another battle ahead of the unit of us to unify Syria, and it should not be with the blood and the military force. It should be with through some kind of understanding, because Syria is tired of war, says Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara. Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara attended the signing ceremony of a memorandum of understanding for investment in Syria in Damascus. Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara Mohammed al-Jolani had said the battle to unify his country after a year of civil war should not be with blood, rejecting any partition and accusing Israel of meddling in the south. His remarks released by state TV on Sunday, August 17, 2025, came as hundreds demonstrated in South Syria's Swedi province, denouncing sectarian violence last month and calling for the right to self-determination for the Druze majority province. Protesters go on strike in Israel demanding ceasefire release of Gaza hostages. Protesters in Israel demand government action to secure release of hostages in Gaza, staging nationwide strike. Demonstrators partially blocked a road during a protest demanding the immediate release of hostages held by Hamas and calling for the Israeli government to reverse its decision to take over Gaza City and other areas in the Gaza Strip in Tel Aviv, Israel on August 17, 2025. Protesters in Israel demanding the government make a deal to secure the release of hostages held by militants in the Gaza escalated their campaign on Sunday, August 17, 2025, staging a nationwide strike that blocked traffic and closed businesses. The day of stoppage was organized by two groups representing some of the families of hostages and bereaved families. Weeks after militant groups released a video of hostages and Israel announced plans for a new offensive. Now from Hindustan Times newspaper states that India announces C.P. Radhakrishna as a candidate for the vice president election. C.P. Radhakrishna is currently the governor of the state of the Maharashtra. C.P. Radhakrishnan, the governor of the Maharashtra, has been announced as a National Democratic Alliance NDA candidate for the vice president polls scheduled for September 9. The decision was taken by the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) highest decision-making body, the Parliament board, that was chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday. Party President JP Nadda told the media that the decision to nominate the 68-year-old Radha Krishna was taken after the extensive discussions with the NDA partners. He said senior leaders of the BJP had also reached out to the opposition parties to support the NDA's nominee. Radhakrishna was earlier the governor of the Jharkhand 2023 to 2024 and had additional charge of Telangana. He had also served as the lieutenant governor of Puducherry. He was twice elected to the Lok Sabha from the Coimbatore and is a former state president of the BJP's Tamil Nadu unit. According to the people aware of the details, the 11-member board, which met at the party headquarters in the capital, had detailed discussion on the names that were shortlisted for election. Election to pick the new VP will be held on September 9, and the last date for filling nomination is August 21. The vacancies arose after the incumbent Jagdeep Dhankar announced a sudden resignation on July 21, citing health concerns. Modi inaugurated Delhi's stretch of Dwarka Express UER second Vow's Mall capital. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday inaugurated the Delhi's section of the Dwarka Express and the Urban Extension Road second UER. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday inaugurated the Delhi section of Dwarka Express and the Urban Extension Road second UER second. Our government has worked on this at multiple levels. In the past 11 years, travel has become easier in Delhi, NCR, Modi said. While addressing the gathering, which was also attended by the Union Minister Nitin Gadkari, Delhi Chief Minister CM Rekta Gupta, and Haryana CM Naib Singh Sanai. In his 20-minute speech, PM Modi touched on a wide range of issues, including a self-reliant and secure India, impending GST reforms, and reiterating his vocal for local pitch. J&K cloudburst, 5 kids among 7 killed in the Kutwa flash flood, landslide rescue on. Rescue workers were at the disaster site in the Kutwa, Jammu and Kashmir. Search and rescue operations are on after at least 7 people, 5 of them children aged between 2 and 15, were killed and several injured in flash floods and landslides triggered by heavy rain and possible cloudbursts in Jammu and Kashmir's Kutwa district officials said on Sunday. This comes just after just days after a similar incident caused by cloudburst in Kishtwar district claimed at least 60 lives. Initially, 4 persons were reported to have died in the Jodhghati. During rescue operations, we recovered 3 more bodies, 1 in Jodhghati and 2 in Janglot. The death toll has gone up to 7 now, said the district police chief Soviet Saxon. 6 injured were airlifted for hospitalization at Mamoon in Pathankot in neighboring Punjab, said Union Minister Jitendra Singh, who is the Lok Sabha member from the area. Now, from the economy of the country, from the business point of view, stocks on to watch on Monday, August 18, Infosys, India Oil, Ashok Leyland, and Hindustan Copper, and more. Stocks to watch on August 18. Here are several companies will remain in focus on Monday, August 18, including Infosys, Indian Oil, Ashok Leyland, Hindustan Copper, Vodafone Idea, etc. On Thursday, the 30-share building stock exchange Sensex claimed 57.75 points or 0.07% to settle at 80,597.66. Used cooking oil to fuel for planes. India's first sustainable aviation fuel plant to start production by year end. By the end of this calendar, IOC will have the capacity to produce 35,000 tons per year of SAF from used cooking oil, which will be sourced from large hotel chains, restaurants, and sweets and snacks measures like Haldiram, which normally discard cooking oil after single use. SAF is a biofuel that is produced from the sustainable feedstocks and has a chemistry similar to the conventional aviation turbine fuel ATF or jet fuel, which is derived from the crude oil. Corporate loan growth slows in April to June quarter as firms delay investment, shift to cheaper debt market. Between April month and June 2025, bank lending to industries grew at the slowest pace in over 3 years, signaling muted credit demand from corporate sector. The lender has seen working capital limit utilization by corporates in his bank falling to 58% from 62% in Q1 financial year 2025. Now from Science and Tech we have Precision. Shares a jump after US FDA approves the first therapy for rare respiratory disease. A distinguishing aspect for respiratory paleomatosis RRP is the tendency for the tumors to return even after removing them through the surgical procedures. The disease can be fatal as there is no cure. The FDA approval was based on the early to mid-stage study data that showed 51% of the patients required no surgeries in the 12 months after treatment. The precision immunotherapy for rare respiratory disease has become the first treatment to win United States regulatory approval for the condition, which typically requires frequent surgeries, sending the company's shares soaring 83% on Friday. The United States Food and Drug Administration had approved the therapy Pepzimios to treat adults with the recurrent respiratory papillomatosis (RRP), a condition that causes growth of beginning tumors in the respiratory tract due to the human papillomavirus (HPV) infection. Measles outbreak worsens in the North America, 18 deaths so far this year, PAHO says. A recent study by the CDC showed that the vaccination rates for several diseases, including the measles, diphtheria, and polio, decreased among the United States kindergartners in the 2024-25 school year from the year before. Measles is a highly contagious and spreads rapidly among the unvaccinated people, especially children, according to PAHO report. The Pan American Health Organization (PAHO) reported on Friday an increase in measles cases in the Americas, particularly North America, amid rising deaths from the infection in Mexico, the United States, and Canada. The outbreaks are related to low vaccination coverage, the United Nations agency said, as 71% of cases occurred in the unvaccinated people and 18% individuals with unknown vaccination status. As of August 8, August 8 lakh 10,139 cases of measles and 18 related deaths had been confirmed from among 10 countries in the American, representing a 34-fold increase compared to the same period in 2024, PAHO figures showed. Of those 18 deaths, 14 were in Mexico. There are 3 in the United States and 1 in Canada. Most of the deaths in Mexico occurred in indigenous people between 1 and 54-year-old, Paho said. Measles is presentable with 2 doses of vaccine, which is proven to be very safe and effective to stop these outbreaks. Countries must urgently strengthen routine immunization and conduct a targeted vaccination campaign in high-risk communities, said Daniel Salas, responsible for immunization at PAHO. Measles is a highly contagious and spreads rapidly among the unvaccinated people, especially children, according to PAHO. In the United States, a recent study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) showed that vaccination rates for several diseases, including measles, diphtheria, and polio, decreased among United States kindergartners in the 2024-2025 school year from the year before. Grassland invaders stifle Assam's island-like national park. A new study had marked at least 2 native plants that have joined invasive species to alter the natural structure of Tibru-Saikhowa National Park, the only habitat of feral horses in India. Native and invasive plant species are changing the riverine ecosystem of eastern Assam's Tibru-Saikhowa National Park, the only habitat of feral horses in India. Guwahati, a new study has identified at least 2 native plants that have joined invasive species to alter the riverine ecosystem of eastern Assam's Tibru-Saikhowa National Park, the SNP, the only habitat of feral horses in India. These species have added to the changes in the grassland-dominated SNP landscape are largely attributed to the recurring Brahmaputra river floods and increasing the anthropogenic pressures from forests villages located within the boundaries the studies. Now, at last, there's a famous personality of world who is known by his famous name Nelson Mandela, full name Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Born Rolihlahla Mandela on 18th of July 1918 up to 5 December 2013, was a South African anti-apartheid activist and a politician who served as the first president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of the state and the first elected and fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid by fostering racial reconciliation ideologically and African nationalist and socialist. He served as the president of the African National Congress ANC party from 1991 to 1997. Mandela was a controversial figure for much of his life, although critics on the right denounced him as a communist terrorist and those on the far left deemed him too eager to negotiate and reconcile with apartheid supporters. He garnered international acclaim for his activism. Globally regarded as the icon of the democracy and social justice, he received more than 2050 honors, including Nobel Peace Prize. He is held in deep respect with the South Africa, where he is often referred to by his Thembo clan name, and described as the father of the nation. Mandela says a very famous quotation. He says that a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. He also says that I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the truth over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Okay, thank you.